Okay, next thing we need to do is draw a line that's in the center. You can see this, the center of the back plate where it comes up. All right, what we're going to do is we need to draw a line from the bottom up 5/16. That puts it in the center of this flat spot. So what we do is you figure out, I use a pencil. Where do I lay my pencil? And I figure out, I make a mark on the spinner itself. And then I figure out something I can lay under a pencil by laying it flat. And then I can turn the spinner and mark it. Anyway, I was able to do that. You can see I've got a real light mark, well I hope you can, all the way around. Next thing we need to do is make equal marks for screws. I always come off about 1/4 inch off each side of the prop blade. So I got those marked. Then I took a tape measure, a flexible tape measure, and I marked from here to here dead in the center. So I've got those marked. Alright, the next thing we need to do is come in here and we need to make sure this does not move whatsoever. So we're going to go and put a piece of tape in between. We're pushing the, making sure the dome's down firmly. And we'll put a piece of tape in between each of the marks. And this just makes sure that this is held on good and tight. Alright, I'm going to get set up and I'll show you how I drill and tap the holes. Okay, you can see we've got it taped down all the way around. Now what you do is everywhere you put one of the marks, you need to come in here and take a punch and just barely tap that just to give you a hole to start with. Then what we'll do, we'll take I use 632 screws myself. You can buy the button heads at some of the better hardware stores, or you can use a plain. Anyway, I get a 7/64 inch drill. And what we're going to do is come in here from the back side. You need to have you some oil on hand because you are drilling aluminum. I just dip the tip in oil. And we'll come in here and we're going to drill, and you need to go at a slight angle. Okay, well I'll just do it and I'll come back. You need to get you a good sharp drill. This is an older one. I'm going to get me a better one. But a good sharp drill and drill your holes all the way around. I'll get that done and then I'll show you how I tap it. Okay guys, the last thing to do, which is the most tedious, is tapping these things. I got a 632 tap. Let's see if you can see it. 632 tap. I've already got my 7/64 hole drilled. Now what the bad thing about a tapping is that if you try to force it, you're going to break the tap. And if it breaks off flush with the material, you're just going to have to pull it off and grind it down, and it might not get it off. But it's real easy to do. You start working it in. Let's see if I can get over a little bit further. Working in, and just if you run into resistance, back it out. And you need to make sure you oil the tap before you do it each time. And it'll just slowly work its way through. Because it's cutting as it goes. But if you run into any resistance, now it's according to how you drilled your hole on the backside. Some of these holes are coming through and able to get the tap on through. Now you can get the tap on through there, but you got to be really careful. So what I'll do is I'll pull this all out and clean all the shavings off. I'll re-oil it and try to work it back down through there. Now, if you can't get your holes tapped, if you don't get your threads all the way through the back side, which you should be able to do, you'll have to get some, you just have to get some 1/4 to 5/16 inch 632 screws. Like I said, you can get the button head screws and they'll look a lot better than using the, see, I got that to go on through. And it comes out the back side. Now, generally I do not use Loctite on these. I've never, but I fly electric and I have not had them back out on me. And even on my larger gas models, I normally do not use Loctite. But anyway, you can see here I've tapped all the holes except for this last one. I've tapped them all, just got to put screws in them. But anyway, you can see here I've got the screws in. The only thing left to do is drill your hole out for whatever props, whatever bolt size you need. If you have access to a buddy of yours that has a lathe, then put it on and drill that hole, that's better. If not, you need to put it on a drill press. That's a 5/16 hole. Make sure you get that centered to begin with. Using a 5/16 drill, lock this down and then go back and drill that hole with whatever appropriate size you need. Anyway, that's how I did it. It works pretty good. Like I said, don't need Loctite, or I haven't ever. Anytime you cut, make sure you use eye protection and make sure you use a good sharp drill bit trying to go through. But anyway, that's it. I hope this helps.